Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I am back with another review. And today we are taking a look at, from the Transformers Studio Series 86 line, this is Wreck-Gar. Buy low, sell high, low prices, mark to go. Make it 3 easy payments of $99.99. Send no money down. Rest in peace, Ron Popeil. I was so excited when I heard that this figure was officially announced. I really didn't think they were going to go that deep into the 86 movie. By the way, how many of you got your 4K Steelbook or 4K copy of the Transformers movie the other day? I don't have a 4K player, I have a Blu-ray player, but I got the Steelbook. So I might do a little something talking about the movie. Just got to do some comparisons with the 30th anniversary edition. But yeah, I think it's great to have this figure a couple days after the movie is released. This is motorcycle mode, obviously, and one thing I really like about it is that it's all self-contained. The wheels can attach. The axe here attaches in the back, almost like a spare tire. It's like it doesn't look out of place, like putting the blaster on top of Jazz. Just none of this looks out of place, just because of the nature of the Junkian design. Now, as a kid, I had the original Wreck-Gar toy, and funny enough, that original toy was one of the most articulated Transformers for its time, due to the nature of the transformation. And I gotta say, they really have given a little Easter eggs here to that original transformation. I think my dad bought the figure for me, so very nostalgic. Always been a big fan of motorcycles, so of course had to get Wreck-Gar. The saddlebags here, which double as like hip flaps. I think that's ingenious. Now, one thing I want to show off, and they do show this in the instructions, is on the bottom of the cycle, the parts that become Wreck-Gar's legs, there are these little stands that help hold it upright. Once those are up, Wreck-Gar can roll on those wheels. And let me tell you, that's really cool. They got the studs going and everything. And heck, I can't wait. I can't wait. The blade of the axe, it spins. How awesome is that? Look at it go. Look at it go. That's some spin right there. So obviously somebody put the effort in to this figure. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'm trying to get it to stand. Oh, there we go. To get it fun and enjoyable, and it really is. So that's about it for the introduction. How about we pause and get into the transformation? Okay, I went ahead and gave ourselves a little more space. Might have to adjust a little further depending on how big it gets. One thing I almost forgot to mention is we already know we're getting a generic Junkion to go with Wreck-Gar, and as many people have already noticed, they are designed to ride each other. Now, this little tab here goes into that slot in robot mode, but I wonder, and we'll take a look once we get Wreck-Gar into robot mode, if this is also part of a way to help get that other figure to connect. But yeah, but that is kind of cool. If you remember the scene in the movie where one guy would get knocked off, transform into a motorcycle, the motorcycle would then transform into a robot and start riding the other guy. But start the transformation, come around the back here, remove the axe. I guess you can do it now well, actually I would wait to fold down those handlebars, although they will move during the nature of the transformation, just from moving around. But turn the cycle upside down. You want to unpeg the bottom section here. This is the feet. They go into what is the shoulders of robot mode. You can then bring that section back a little, and what you then want to do is split the legs, and as you split them, the tires will peg into the knee sockets. The tire will peg into the knee sockets, so just pull that out. And then what you can do is straighten what will be the legs up, flip out the feet, and basically turn the whole thing around just like so. So you'll have it, looking like that. But we're going to turn it back over, come around to the front, and what we want to do now, and this is one of my not concerns, but little points of in the transformation is you want to lift up what'll be the arms. They peg into what is the chest in robot mode. And here, let me separate the arms again. The wheel holds it in place, and open this up so we can get a better view. And really, my whole concern here is that this whole section, the chest that becomes the front of the bike, yada yada, it's really only held in by friction. It's not, nothing tabs in until you tab those arms in. And it's same thing with the legs. Nothing tabs in the back until those feet tab into the shoulders. I mean, it's kind of interesting how they're doing that, but at the same time, it's like, I kind of, wish for a little more stability and security. But as of right now, everything's fine in that regard. Now, going forward, what we want to do is bring that section up, and that'll be, as you can see, the head, which, if you remember, the front of the motorcycle became the head on the original G1 toy. So I find it a nice little touch that they had the head stored in the front of the motorcycle. Bring that up, bring it out, get out of the way just like that, and then what you want to do is, we'll turn it sideways here, push in the windshield, and then you're going to flip the whole front of the motorcycle down and in to a little crevice there in the back. At this point, bring the handlebars down so it folds up along the back. And now we're going to start collapsing things. So collapse this whole back, bring it up and around, just like, yeah. Bring this down and up. Yep, you wanna bring that up and around and just that you push the crotch section to place. As I said, that'll sit on that tab, and then this whole section will just come up, and you want to almost screwed up there. That one, you want to go in like that, bring it up, and you might be noticing one of the cool little aspects of this toy, and there's the two tabs on the arms will securely peg into the chest as long as you have them lined up properly, which I don't. Oh, there we go, just like that. So, and yeah, real quick, Wreck-Gar has a bit of an ab crunch there, as well as a waist swivel. So I find that kind of interesting. So we're just about done. Let's go ahead and bring the arms down. Keep the head straight. Come into the side here. Flip the the hands out. There's like a little tab there that will help. And then rotate the forearm forward. By the way, I want to mention these spikes, they're like a hard rubber, except like at the tip, they get a little softer. Now this one before, I had a little bit of a hard time getting out. So what do you do when you have a hard time getting it out? You grab the X, and there you go. Gives it a little extra leverage. Rotate the hand forward. Bring everything up. And there you have Wreck-Gar in its robot mode. And let me adjust the camera ever so slightly. And yeah, there he is, all in his G1 86 movie glory. And you might be noticing, and yes, Wreck-Gar has articulated booby guns. I mean, I have never seen a Transformer or any like with articulated boob blasters. I mean, this is incredible. This is so much fun. I mean, they are a little bit hard plastic. I think these might be Blast Effect compatible, but yeah, that's just so much fun. Okay, so before we put the accessories on, let me go through the articulation here. We already saw the chest blasters and the ab crunch. Head's on a ball joint. Somewhat limited by the design, but it is there. Universal joints at the arms. 90-degree bend at the elbow. Ooh, wrist articulation. That's nice. And I mentioned this in the motorcycle part, but the saddlebags are the hip skirts. So universal joint at the hip, swivel, deep 90-degree bend. And I got to tell you, I am impressed with how they did the ankle pivot. You have the forward and back, but then that little pink section, that's what flips out for the pivot. So you do have some nice articulation there. Now, for the accessories, the wheels can peg on to any of the arm ports where the spikes are sticking out. So as the instructions show, this wheel goes here as the shield and can still spin. This wheel goes on the same leg, like so. I guess that is the animation design. And then finally, you just slap the axe in the hand, just like so. And there you have Wreck-Gar all armored up. Would it have been nice to include the G1 blaster? Yes, I do think so. That would have been a nice touch. But if it, as I've learned with Grimlock and the sword, if it wasn't in the movie, they're not going to include it with the toy. But who knows? Maybe the Junkion will come with a blaster, and you can give that to Wreck-Gar, and you'll have a perfectly armored up figure. As I always do with my Studio Series 86 videos, I had to bring out the backdrop here, which is on Junkion. It's the Junkion dance party after the Autobots and the Junkions became friends and started dancing around together. I think it's just fantastic. The Studio Series 86 really is going to end up being the line of the year for me. I mean, these figures just continue to be so incredible. They step out of the movie. And then, of course, you get the few Kingdom figures like Galvatron and Cyclonus that just fit in right alongside them. And it's just wonderful. I got this figure from the Command store. From what I understand, it is starting to show up at retail now. I think it's in a case with Bumblebee movie Thrust. So yeah, keep an eye out for that figure. Thrust is, of course, just a retool, repaint with a new head of Bumblebee movie Starscream. So if you want that, But definitely pick up Wreck-Gar if you're a fan of the 86 movie, if you're a fan of the Junkions. I can just hear Eric Idle in my head going, "Buy, buy, buy! Limited time offer only. No coupons required." Oh, just classic. But yeah, I just love this figure. It's just, I'm so happy to have it. Like every other Studio Series 86 figure. This isn't replacing Hot Rod as my favorite, but it is right up there because I'm getting hit with all the nostalgia feels. So yeah, that's about it for the review. If you like this review, and why didn't you? I mean, it's Wreck-Gar, come on. Please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. While I will always appreciate the views, your likes, comments, and subscriptions help communicate to YouTube through their algorithms that my channel is one that should be exalted and held upon high. If you really want to make the ultimate sign of support, please consider signing up for my Patreon. It is www.patreon.com/chuckdog1999. Link in the corner here, hyperlink in the description below. All I ask for is $1 a month or $12 a year. No thrills, no tiers, no special rewards. All you're doing is helping me help you, help me to help you bring figures like Wreck-Gar to you, as well as keeping up the infrastructure of the channel, like, getting new light boxes and cables and, giving into my various hoarding sensibilities and, shiny new, recording trinkets. I started rambling there. But as I always say, if you can't afford the $1 a month or $12 a year, please don't worry about it. Your views are more than enough. Patreon is just a cherry on an already generous Sunday. So, that's about it for Wreck-Gar. Bye bye bye. We will see you next time.